Hey everyone, welcome back to the NFT Sports Show. Now, this is quite an exciting show this week because in the last week, SportsIcon released their first ever metaverse. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably thinking, this makes sense. If you're listening to this on podcast, then you're like, well, you need to check it on YouTube as well. So definitely check out the podcast because the background behind this, we are technically, in a fun way, we are in our own land. So we are in the sports metaverse. We announced it on Twitter saying that this NFT sports show is going to be moving into the metaverse and basically in our own land. So we got some land for 0.2 ETH and we decided to, I wish where we are right now. I know we are there technically. If the land is behind me in the background and we are here. So we are just chilling. So we're going to be talking more about obviously NFT stuff, but really excited to see how this project goes. And it's a bit of fun. It's the first sports metaverse. They're going to be doing loads of different projects. I'm not even affiliated with them at all. I'm not getting paid to do this. I just think it's a good project. Why not? And maybe one day when I stop doing NFT Sports Show, maybe I'll sell my land and make some profit. So that's the reason for it. But I think it'd be quite an exciting thing as we're seeing themes emerging, we're seeing NFTs emerging, and we're seeing lifestyles moving. Then I thought this could be quite a fun thing. So we are technically you're listening from the metaverse. Have an open mind when you listen to this. But like any show, we're not changing how the format goes. We're just telling you the latest NFT news. If you've not checked out TikTok, if you've not checked out Instagram, check out NFT Levy. NFT Levy, we have also a brand new website, www.thenftlevy.com, where we're doing loads of articles and basically giving you the latest news every single day, which is really exciting. So make sure to check that out. So this week, a lot of American sports today. So last few weeks, we've been talking a lot about football, a lot of American sports today. So we're going to be talking about the top 5 NFL right now. We're going to talk about the first top 5 NFL transactions on the NFL All Day. So NFL All Day is like NBA Top Shop and transactions. And this is really surprising. So the top 5. In 5th place, Tom Brady with just under 7,000 transactions. 4th place, Matthew Stafford with just under 8,000 transactions. 3rd place is Jamar Chase with 8.5 thousand transactions. 2nd place is Patrick Mahomes, 9.3 thousand transactions. And number 1 is Mac Jones with just under 10,000 transactions. That's really impressive. A lot of people thought that Brady was going to be number 1. But he's number 5. So Mac Jones is number 1 in the NFL, all-time NFL NFT transactions. Now, that's probably going to change in a few weeks after these statistics came out. Who knows? But really interesting to see that there are loads of transactions going on with this and so on. Number 2, second point is when, especially in the US sports are moving with NFTs. Around the world, slower, but with the American sports, all the major leagues, they're running with NFTs. So we've seen the NBA get involved, NFL get involved. We're now seeing Major League Baseball get involved, and now the Hockey League. So the Hockey League are partnering with Sweets, and they're basically creating exactly the same type of format as the NBA, NFL, their own version of the Hockey League. So they're celebrating players, they'll be celebrating achievements and moments and so on. So it's really exciting to see how they're going to be using also 3D interactive trophy rooms, and it's been a success with NBA Top Shot, with NFL. Like, yes, it's not the popular thing, and there'll be fans who are really frustrating, but it's been a success, and you can't deny that. And that's why I'm surprised that UK soccer, for example, haven't done the same thing as the US, and I'm waiting how long it'll be until they actually do it. So it's really interesting to see how they haven't started it, but it'll be interesting to see if the European sports get involved as well. If UEFA, FIFA look at that as well, because I think it's good, and the leagues have been profitable, so why not for UEFA and FIFA to get involved? And what's really interesting what the NFL have done is they're now going to be offering 100 NFTs during the 2022 season. Now, I feel like this is going to be they mentioned this last year, but it wasn't really a big marketing thing. So this year, it's going to be all on Ticketmaster, and the National Football League, the NFL, and Ticketmaster are expanding their NFT ticketing incentives and offer 100 free digital NFTs to fans who attend one of the 100 selected next season games. Fans become eligible for the free NFT when they scan a ticket at a stadium entry point and can manage, trade, and sell their tokens via a dedicated marketplace on Ticketmaster. They'll be available for at least the first 3 home games of each team, and each team a single one matchup. This is really, really interesting because I remember I mentioned this at one of the first videos. I was thinking, oh, this is really, really interesting idea. And the reason why I like this is what happens if this, let's say next season, and it was not going to happen because it's going to be the first few games, but let's say this turns into a normal thing, and every single person who had an NFT at the end, so let's say it was at the book, let's say Super Bowl, or let's Super Bowl and last game of the season, Tom Brady, he final ever game, he officially retires. Okay, done, dusted, he retired. Now the 40,000 fans who have that NFT, that's 40,000 NFTs just for that game. That's it. There's no, you can't make any more. That's 40,000 for everyone who gets it. Now probably half of them probably won't care, but then it's like a historic token that there's only ever going to be 40,000. And let's say in the NFTs they decided to make a few of them a bit more special, maybe a bit more rare. So then you got rare. So it makes it valuable. It's not like there's obviously right now there's thousands of NFT projects regarding American football, for example. And how does one make valuable? This is actually pure valuable because it's coming from the company. So that's really, really interesting. So I think there's going to be like a trial for the first few games and see how it gets on. I don't think it's going to be like huge, like, oh, everyone's talking about it. Oh, did you get an NFT? I think it'll take a few years for that to happen, but it's just leading the way in front of sports. And that's what I'm really, really excited about NFL. I'm a big fan of NFL. Maybe I would love to go there one day, but we'll see. So that's a little update from the NFT Sports News coming from the Metaverse, and I look forward for you to listen to the next one.